Hi, this is dietitian Soumya from Apollo Hospital, Secunderabad. So today we will see some common diabetic diet mistakes. Diabetes is nowadays very common in every household. We see that each of our grandparents or even parents or sometimes our husband or family member, close family member is getting associated with diabetes. So it is not something to worry, but its only thing is you need to take care more of your health and how you manage your sugar levels. So what are some of the dangerous food combinations for diabetes? If you see, most of us have a habit of taking lot of cereal foods, like suppose idlis with idli and upma together, or sometimes we take dosa and potato curry, puri and potato curry. These are the high carbohydrate combinations which we consume, and that will see that the postprandial blood sugars will increase. So try to avoid taking such food combinations and ensure that there is a cereal and a pulse combination, there is a cereal and the vegetable combination, or you can as well take a cereal with a milk or a fruit combination, so that our postprandial blood sugars are very much under control. If it is diabetes, the most important worry, especially during the COVID time, you see is the immune boosting foods, and most of the foods we are worried if that increases the sugar levels or if that causes any damage to our body. So what are these immune boosting foods what we can take if we are diabetic? So proteins, zinc, iron, calcium, these are the foods which have certain amount of minerals in them and also certain amount of proteins, macro and the micronutrients, which increase the immunity of the body. So what are these macro and the micronutrients? So the macronutrients are the proteins which build up our immune cells, as well as the micronutrients such as iron, zinc, selenium. These are the foods, these are the micronutrients which have to be consumed. So where do we get it from? It is important to consume these from our regular foods itself, that is protein rich foods like all types of dals, whole legumes, whole cereals. These are the good foods or the rich sources of proteins. Other than the cereal foods, we also have non-vegetarian foods like the eggs, fish, chicken, milk and milk products, which are also good sources of proteins. And these, when we consume in the right proportions, do not harm the blood sugar levels. Then coming to the micronutrients, iron, zinc, vitamin C, all these three substances are present in our regular food itself, that is our vegetables and the fruits. Combining a combination of fruits and the combination of vegetables will help in boosting the immunity of the body. Like for example, vitamin C rich foods like amla, it's a very good season now, guavas, citrus fruits like oranges, sweet limes are also good sources of vitamin C, which helps in maintaining the immunity as well as boosting the immune response from the body. And zinc and selenium are present in the nuts like almonds, walnuts and all other green leafy vegetables also are good sources of zinc and selenium. Even animal foods like organ meats are good sources, but then a diabetic cannot consume too much of organ meat. So when we are consuming these, ensure that the quantity of it is less as well as the frequency is not too regular, so that the micronutrients can help us without causing much damage to the body. Bitter foods, how far does these bitter foods help in curing diabetes? See, more than curing, I would say that in maintaining the blood sugar levels of the body. So bitter foods, they contain polyphenols. That is the reason why they have certain different tangy, certain different flavors. So bitter foods, we see that many of the times there is lot of things going around bitter gourd or fenugreek seeds and many other bitter things which are commonly available and consumed in our Indian scenario. So these foods, do they really impact the sugar levels? Yes, they do. But how much? The quantity is certainly, we do not have much evidence how much is beneficial, but then yes, because of the polyphenols present in these compounds can help in maintaining or reducing the blood sugar values. But along with the consumption of these kind of foods, it is also important that we maintain other quantities as well as the timings of the foods to get the maximum benefit from these foods. Like for example, we can consume around 10 grams of fenugreek seeds in a day, which can cause some benefit to the to lowering the blood sugar values, as well as bitter gourd, which we generally take it, as well as it's commonly consumed vegetable in our state as well as our country. So it can be taken in various forms like the curries, chutneys, or sometimes even juice is consumed, but ensure that it is taken with the meal or just before the food or along with the meal, but not on an empty stomach. Okay, is there a permanent cure for diabetes? The common question, and nowadays of late the recent studies are also having this question: is there a cure, or diabetes can be cured permanently? We cannot say this because it is a gland disturbance which is caused because of the diabetes. I mean, diabetes is caused because of the gland disturbance or production of the hormones. So reversing of it, how far is it possible? It all depends upon the lifestyle modifications. If we do a permanent lifestyle modification, that means we are not sedentary, we do not smoke, we eat a balanced diet, we do a regular physical activity. All these things can help in maintaining the blood sugar levels, and over a period of time, continued regularly, may help in reversing the diabetes. But how long does it take? See, every body is different. Every individual responds in a different way. We cannot say that in 6 months, in 3 months, or in a year, the person can be completely cured of diabetes. So instead of going with these kind of myths around, it is important whether we maintain our diet well. Are we regularly exercising? Are we following a proper diet? Are we physically active? As well as how much are we able to manage our stress levels to prevent diabetes and its complications? So physical exercise versus healthy food or a good diet, I will say both will go hand in hand. If you are exercising a lot and you are not taking any food, definitely it's not balanced. If you are taking a very healthy food but you are not exercising, yes, that is also an imbalance to the body. So both, if done in the right timings, as well as required amount of time spent for both of the things, can help in reducing the risk as well as complications of diabetes and diabetes related complications. If you see physical activity, if the physical activity at least 30 to 45 minutes is continued on a regular basis, we are able to stimulate the pancreas to produce adequate amount of insulin. And a healthy diet, that means a diet rich in fiber, a good amount of proteins, adequate amount of fats, and a low carbohydrates, that means low simple carbohydrates but high fiber foods, can help in preventing the complications as well as maintaining the blood sugar values.